Okay, eighth graders, because there's quite a few people that are wanting a retake for the last quiz, I have posted one of the version of the quiz on Google Classroom, and now I'm going to demonstrate how to do the problems. The first type of problem, you need to again um, look at the um, look at the numerator and see if you can simplify that. And you can. The square root of 4 is 2. The denominator stays the same right now, which is 5 times the square root of 3. You want to multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 3. This is going to get rid of the radical on the bottom. When we multiply this, you cannot multiply 2 times the square root of 3. It just comes together like that. 2 times the square root of 3. Then you do square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is the square root of 9. And the square root of 9 is 3. And we want to multiply that by our 5. That is outside. So our answer is 2 times the square root of 3 over 15. And you are finished. There's nothing else you can do. For the next one, we look at the numerator. The square root of 9 is 3. We can get rid of that. Then we have 4 times the square root of 15. Now we're going to multiply both top and bottom by the square root of 15. Square root of 15, square root of 15. Okay, so that gives us 3 times the square root of 15 on the top. And the denominator is 4 times, and square root of 15 times the square root of 15 is the square root of 225, which is 15. So then we would have 3 times the square root of 15 over, and 15 times 4 is 60. You can leave it like that. However, 3 goes into 60 20 times. So it does simplify to this. Okay. Number 3, again, you want to look at the numerator. The numerator is the square root of 4, which is already 2, over the square root of 3. We want to multiply by the square root of 3 over the square root of 3, which is 2 times the square root of 3 over the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9, which is 3. That's as far as you can go. For this one, we cannot simplify the numerator or the denominator. So what we do is we multiply by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. Again, the reason why is because that's what's in the denominator. And you put the same thing, because it's like multiplying by 1. Excuse me. So this is multiply. So 5 times the square root of 6. Square root of 3 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 6. Over square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. And that's it. That's all you need to do. If you have other questions, I will post another another version of the quiz, and you can ask your question.